That they
Said it
weren't.
wasn't coming, was gonna be, Michael.
In Julie sent a reminder, right? Yeah, but no. Yeah. Just keep sending them, you know. That was good.
So where are they?
We need what, 6 or we need 7?
1, 2, 3, 4.
For 11, we need.
We got 9 folders. We need 5.
That's what Connor's gonna check to see whether or not.
Because you sent out a thing today.
Yeah.
Okay. And you think Elise is on her way?
Yeah, she's here.
Speaking of Elise,
Yeah.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
So a quorum in the legislation is defined as a, so I don't think that
Oh, okay. Thank you, Chris.
So we need.
One more person.
Yeah. One
Did you talk to Lynn?
No, I didn't even talk to myself.
Is Sonia coming?
We might as well get started. It is now 5:36. It is Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026, for the CRB monthly meeting. The secretary will do a roll call.
Yeah. Attendance roll call. Eris,
Yes.
Rinda,
No.
absent. Ada,
Absent.
absent. Dan Johnson,
Here.
Mike out of town. Harry,
Yep.
Peggy,
Here.
Samia,
Absent.
Octavia, out of town. Desire here.
Okay. So, did everyone have a chance to review the February meeting? I mean, the January, no, it would be the February minutes.
Yes.
Okay. So, and we can't vote to accept the minutes, so we'll have to table that to the next meeting. Okay, so the next thing on the agenda is the chairman's report. Up to date on staffing. We still haven't brought on the final member of the CRB board, which would have been the administrator. As I mentioned last time, we're looking at some different options on saving the board some money, and I'll be meeting with the administrator, talking over some different options, and then I'll be bringing that to the board for.
Let's make a correction. You said a final person to bring on was administrator. You mean?
The investigator, I'm sorry.
Investigator, yes.
Correction, that's investigator, not the administrator. We're not getting rid of any of that. So, as far as the board, we have 2 candidates that we're reviewing out of Corey Williams' area. So we'll be making a decision, or Corey will be making a decision soon on which member he's going to bring on board, and then that will bring us to a full board. Okay. One of the things that in our bylines is that each board member is supposed to be holding an event once per quarter in their given area. If you guys can come up with some event places, please let Adonia know. And she has some events that are scheduled that are probably in some of your areas. So she'll be getting in contact with you to let you know which areas she's going to be dealing with in the month of March. And what we like to do is we like to have board members show up to volunteer and participate in those events. So, okay. Okay. The next thing on the agenda is the CRB administrator report.
Good evening. February was marked by a steady pace of operations focused on management and caseload files. The office continues to ensure that all cases move forward efficiently. Currently, the board has established a hearing date, though the logistical requirements must be met before proceeding. So we do have it set. We just have a few more things that we have to put in place before we can actually move forward. Our caseloads for the year of 2024 have been met.
Yeah.
We have finalized all of the cases, and the final findings and letters are currently being distributed to the relevant parties of those particular cases. Also, the cases for 2025, there are a total of 83 cases for 2025. Out of the 83, 13 of them are already completed, and we are moving forward with those. For the year of 2026, to date, we have 9 cases that have been opened already currently. During the month of February, 10 new files were opened, including setting up computer and paper records and mailing acknowledgement letters. Additionally, 7 files were officially closed. We've also sent correspondence, a total of 18 out, consisting of 10 acknowledgement letters, 7 closing letters, and 1 complaint form, I'm sorry. The staff has handled several calls, and we have also had 2 in-person meetings specifically regarding how to file a complaint with the CRB and what the process and the procedures would be. Monthly meetings we have every Friday. We have a staff meeting, and then there's also monthly meetings including drafting vote sheets and organizing board member folders. The board participation, Don Johnson actively participated in the review and deliberation of 5 cases during scheduled board meetings. The staff also coordinated with the legal department regarding a subpoena on an old file and drafted up the necessary responses for that. SPD collaborations, I met with Chief Russin to facilitate data sharing between the CRB and our data analysis between Chris and the SPD. Also recently, on the 28th, Chris did a board member training, which was very successful in giving us statistics, and it was a very, very, very good meeting. We got a chance to see what the statistics are from the previous up until now, and that was really successful. And that is my report for the month.
Okay, want to add just one other thing on that. We have also reached out to the city to have Chris meet with the data person here in the city to share data. So what we're looking at doing is getting data from the SPD and from the city to help us make a better judgment on what's happening with the city and with the districts and with the police department. So I think it'll be a very good take for the board once we get all that data and get that information out there that both the police and the city departments can use to help make better plans for the citizens of Syracuse. So, okay.
And don't forget that we have a meeting with the training.
Oh, yeah. On this Saturday, the board and members of the CRB will be doing police training at the police station on Saturday. So we get an understanding of how things work at the police department. So we make sure that we follow the procedure as well as them following the procedures. So don't have any old business to discuss. And then we're still working on putting together the committees for the CRB. I have drafted the template, sent that out to everyone, and waiting for the members to get back to decide which committee they want to work on. And once we get that done, we'll then get that published out so everyone will know what committee we're working on. So right now, we're at the point for public comments. So if someone wants to make a comment, oh, well, I'm sorry, upcoming city events for the CRB. Those are actually posted on our website. So you can go to syracuse.gov/CRB and go to the event calendar, and you can see the events that we have planned for the city on the website. Okay.
Although stuff wasn't there, I was there at the release to table, but I don't know if you want to use that information.
Okay. So open comments. So, okay, Barry? Yep.
Hi, Barry Gawanter for the record because we're on camera. I live on the west side near the reservoir on Ryder Avenue. First issue question. I would really like more information publicly in a meeting about what options you are considering the investigator to save the board money. It's been mentioned now in 2 successive meetings, but it's not transparent because it hasn't been talked about openly here, and I ask that it does. I also urge you strongly to preserve that position. Getting that position was hard fought, and I'm a little concerned that options may involve a dilution of that position rather than preserving it.
Well, let me interject on that. And the reason why we haven't made it public is that this is just under discussion. So once we come to a hard and fact on that, then we'll make sure that that information is out to the public. But until then, we're just discussing a couple different options. So
I would suggest that it would give the public the opportunity to provide you input if you just stated what options you're discussing. If you go ahead and make the decision outside of a public meeting, the public has no opportunity to weigh in until it's a fait accompli.
oh, no, we would definitely not do that. So once we had the format in place on what we think that would work, of course, it has to go through the board, and it has to go to the public, and the public could respond to that. So, but and I'll have to ask counter on this. If it's an HR issue, does that have to be discussed out in the public or not?
Sorry, louder.
Yeah, just like a personnel issue.
I would suggest that this may not be about an individual, but about a position, i.e. a structural issue. And I would suggest that that should be at least discussed in public.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Second, on data. You mentioned that the training on data was very productive, and that's great, but you also said that you learned about statistics. I request that you be transparent about that, and I'd like to know as things go forward if some of the data that the data analyst is identifying or producing will be available on the website, sort of like in a dashboard kind of fashion.
Okay.
I would suggest that you err on the side of transparency whenever possible.
Absolutely. And here's where we're at, Barry, on that. It was that the data that Chris ran all the numbers on was from prior years where we had no impact on. Starting 2025, that will be the data that we'll be posting on the website for everyone to see all the stats that we come up with.
It may be that the public is interested in the stats on prior years as well. I understand that there's a new board, but there's a lot that's gone on, and history provides lessons for the present, and I think the public has a right to know. I'm also interested to know you're going to have a training with the police department. What topics are you going to cover? So I'll put that out there, and I'm interested in knowing. There was one.
Oh, that has been set up by the police department. So you could probably contact those guys, and they can let you know what the training subject matter is going to be.
I'm actually asking the board, so perhaps I can rephrase and say, after your training, can you report to the public what topics were covered?
Okay, absolutely.
Okay. There was an item of old business that you may not have wanted to discuss because you didn't have a quorum, but you were talking before about an advisory committee of some sort that might look at the legislation and make recommendations for enhancements or changes. And I didn't hear anything about that because there was no old business discussed. But I just wanted to point out that that's a matter of old business.
Right.
That because of the transition based on the new regime coming in, a lot of things have to wait until the new person's vote on, or we put stuff through, but we have to wait until someone else approves certain things or speak to us about it. So once that transition is finished with the new mayor and the staffs and different things, or someone else like Cho came out, someone else went in, so it's in limbo until we finish getting it together based on with them.
And if I may correct that statement, is that the board was just going to be putting together names of people that we thought that would be working well on the committee. We were not formulating anything other than putting together names of people that we thought that may work well on restructuring once the mayors, because that is the mayor's office prerogative to decide on who will sit on the committee, or if they even need a committee to do that, so.
Okay, then I request clarification as to whether or not this is a committee to be created by the mayor or the council to suggest recommendations to the law, or is it, as it was presented last time, a committee formed by this board to provide information and recommendations to this board about its position or what its position should be on what in the law should be adjusted or revised. And so I'm not really clear on what the position of this committee is, because it was stated one way last time, and perhaps I'm misunderstanding, but you seem to be talking about it as a committee to be formed by the mayor.
Well, it's my understanding that when Cho had the position, Cho was in, and the mayor would have to vote on any changes to the law and the legislation for the CRB board. This board right here, our only purpose was to come up with names that, if that did happen, we would have someone to place on there, or we would have suggestions of people that could go on that board.
Okay, I would ask you to review your resolution from last time, because that's not what I remember was presented.
Okay.
The idea that the mayor would vote on
Not
any
the mayor voting.
legislation is
No.
totally
Not the vote.
incorrect.
Not her. She was
It's not the mayor, it's the councillors.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
And-
just wanted to
Yeah.
point that out.
And just for clarification, even though we voted to establish the committee,
Right.
but it's not in our powers. I think the
all the-
council, I think the council has the powers to
Yes,
to
they
make
do.
the
They're
registration.
the only one that has the power to do that, so.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's right. I
We
think
brought
that
the-
you can ask people to advise you.
But
We brought it to the table.
our role is to suggest people from our areas that might be interested or be good at doing this. But it has to be, we aren't appointing them. They will be appointed by the council.
Correct.
It's a collaboration.
Sorry.
Excuse me. It's a collaboration. We suggested that we needed it so policies can be changed based on some things that we saw that is a conflict. So we presented it to our council person that was over it, and they're supposed to bring it alive, in other words. So you're saying it doesn't. We all have a part in this, a collaboration between the council, the boards, because there's a lot of things that we think we can do better with or understand a little bit more if they change some laws and bylaws. So we suggested that we get a committee, and you've been here through that process and saying things in regards to it. So it's a collaboration between all of us trying to make that come alive. But how it affects the board is it'll help us make better decisions on things that keeps us stagnant. For instance, if we have to have a mayor person that's appointed by mayor or county ledge or whatever, and we can't change something or can't get it through because one person is not here. So it's things like that where we're trying to find a better way to get things pushed forward, because a lot of things keep cases laid in the back for some reason. So it's a collaboration between us. We suggested it, the council take it from there, and because of the mayor being a part of it totally, the mayor's office or his cabinet or whomever, then all of it plays a part with everything coming together but ours was the suggestion on getting change in policies made.
We don't
Different.
have power
Yeah,
of
we don't.
legislation.
Right, we don't have that.
They're the ones that,
No, but you do have power of recommendation.
which is what we,
Yeah.
And I think it's crucial that this board come up with a position on what you think needs to be changed in the legislation and how. And I'm not sure that you're ready to do that yet.
We have it written down. We have stuff written down because we set long hours about different things that we could. So it may not be finalized all the way, but we definitely need an advisory board and start the process going because we do have a lot of things that are holding us back from making decisions. So that's what we put it in play for. So we may not have the totality of it, but we do have some things worked on.
So I would suggest that if you're going to discuss recommendations for making changes in law, you do that with transparency and not behind closed doors.
Well,
So please keep that in mind.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep.
And Barry, I'll go ahead and check and re-go through that, the minutes, and see exactly what was stated there. And then,
I think you may need to revise that resolution.
Yeah.
Because I think you said something entirely different.
okay.
Forgive my tardiness. You guys know I get off at 6, and sometimes I can get out earlier, and sometimes I can't.
Yeah.
Now we at least got a quorum.
we're glad
Yeah,
to
we
see
got
you.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We finally reached our quorum.
I like to make a comment. Comment is this: things will come out openly for the public once certain things are taken in consideration, and once we finish, like the data analyst, we can't put out data. As a matter of fact, would you talk about that? Thank you.
Yeah, so the way that,
Chris, you got to introduce yourself and where you're
yeah.
from.
So I am Chris Fiero. I am from
Yep.
yeah, I'm from the CRB. I was trying to think of where I was from physically in the city, but I'm still new, so I don't have that off the top of my head yet.
It's okay.
But to address your question about the data being presented publicly, is that the form that it's in right now, there are concerns about it being identifying to the individuals in the cases. So I'm still trying to work in a way to anonymize it better so that it couldn't be traced back to the person. That's where my concern is right now.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Okay.
And the other part is, we're not going to put it out there before it's ready. We have to make sure every dot is dotted and every T is crossed, so that when we put it out there, it'll be factual between all the agencies, between policing. We got to compare and contrast on those things, so that's why the information isn't out there yet. But we will make it transparent to the public so that everybody can see it, everybody can read it and understand it. So it's got to be tweaked the right way. Okay, Don?
Okay. So now since we have a quorum, we can go back, if I'm correct, and vote on the minutes from February.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
So, so I need to get a motion on the floor.
I move the motion.
I'll second it.
You got to make a motion to accept the.
Yeah, I move the motion to accept the minutes for February.
Okay.
And I'll second it.
We have a motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion? All in favor?
I agree.
Aye.
Any abstentions? Motion carries. The report is verified for February. So the next thing we need to do is we need a motion to go into executive session to review cases.
I'll make a motion to go into executive session to review cases.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor and a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Any abstention? Session is closed for executive session. We will be returning after we come out of executive session. Hey, baby.
Barry, he's trying to catch you.
these were with Chris.
Oh, okay. From Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he didn't draft it. He separated them from, you know, from like going from 2012. And then he just did. Yes, but I have our newest one.
Okay.
But, probably.
Fair enough. Okay, I was just.
Oh, he's got
I wanted to
district
ask if we
breakdown.
could
District breakdown,
I will,
Or I could talk to someone if you.
talk
by the
Julie, my
month.
secretary, and see if we can
Okay.
find some time.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Got pie charts and everything.
And probably, no, Rita, well, we couldn't take them home.
Oh,
We couldn't take them home because they didn't want us to, any possibility that anybody else would get their hands on it.
oh, okay. So this,
Hey, Linda,
I can't take,
you came at the
I
right
can't take
time.
that out.
No,
Oh, okay.
no. Because we had to keep them in our folder.
Oh, okay.
But, Nolita, yes, can Harry get his own copy of
Of the statistic, yeah. We can have Kristen get over, just give, is the email that we have for you good, that we have on file?
Don said he updated it
Okay.
when I talked to him last week.
Did you get her email? If you got her email today,
Is that with the pie charts?
nope, but what we will do is send the pie charts.
Okay,
We'll get a copy from, Chris and we'll send it to you.
okay.
He did a great job.
It's extensive.
So now he'll start with,
Yeah, I got it. Is he gonna put them all online eventually?
no, well, the new stuff will go on.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, she was showing me a glimpse of it. Yeah. Thanks.
Do you like the job? Before this group of people has a lot